So Liverpool in front of a full Anfield winning. Great to see a full Anfield, of course. We've talked about Jota a lot, haven't we? And actually now whether we're getting to the stage where he's almost first choice in that front three. I mean, it means somebody like a Firmino has to drop out. But it's, put it this way, there's no way that front three is weakened by Jota being in there.
Oh, no, and you can't pick the three that are going to start as well, because he will change things. I do believe Firmino's a better footballer. Jota's going to give you more goals. Yeah. I think that's the dilemma you have to think about now. I think Jota's always going to get into them goal-scoring positions, but Firmino has the flicks and the touches and the knowledge of the game. But his movement's great. If you just watch him, he just knows when to go in, when not to go in. Waits and waits and waits. There you go, bam, straight across the defender. You don't have to head it. You just allow it to hit your head, guide it in, and I think that the defender can't see him. Ben Mee can't see him.
Ben Mee thinks everything's okay.
Can't see him.
Watch what he does. Watch what Ben Mee does. Look, hands on his head, because he knows he's been done.
So does Ben Mee need to be sideways on? You often talk about the fact that Jota can see Mee's number. Therefore, there's no way that Mee can see Jota.
Correct.
Yeah. So you would say Mee should get sideways on.
Side on.
You see, if
Jota's where Chris is. Where Chris is, and I was thinking Ben Mee and Tarkowski, and I'm there. The last thing I want to do is not know where Chris Jota is.
No.
So if I'm side on, I can see Tsimikas. I can see peripheral vision. I can see a red shirt. You're not sure who it is.
No.
You just know there's a red shirt there, and then once he comes across him, great movement.
You see, when you see defenders putting their arms out, half of it's saying stay in this line.
Yes.
Half of it is, so even if you're looking that way, you can feel him. You can feel something. So you put your arms out so you've got a bigger space. If he's going in there, you drag him forward. If he wants to come across you, you get the arm out. So that's why, and Ben Mee does neither.
Interesting, we talked an awful lot about arms today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Lukaku both times pin.
That's all it is.
You know, centre-halves, touch.
Knowing where your players are as a defender, if you can see the ball. Because as a centre-forward now, if the defender goes, where's the ball, that's when you run.
Yeah.
Because you're looking like that all the time. As soon as you go like that, that's when you make your run.
And that's why we say it's a contact sport.
Yeah.
Because it absolutely is.
Lovely cross from Tsimikas, of course.
Well, Burnley were good, though, you know. First 15, 20 minutes, they made Alisson work.
Chances.
And then Liverpool just got a stranglehold in the game. And then we're just too strong for them.
Lovely second goal as well. Beautifully finished.
Yeah, it's a great finish. I mean, I love the work. I was speaking to Jason McAteer a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about Harvey Elliott. And he said in pre-season he's been unreal. He said Oxlade-Chamberlain has been playing as a false nine. He's been playing a little bit deeper. And I've been there myself, Mark. He's 18. I think I was 18 and a half, 19. Getting my debut at Anfield. But look at this ball. This is what Van Dijk was doing a couple of years ago.
This is what they missed last year.
But it's even the intelligence now not to take too many touches, because Trent's in space. So I like that. So that tells me that, you know, the young kid Harvey Elliott's thinking about the game, because he's a winger.
Watch Trent look over his shoulder. If you can see him in this shot, I don't know if you can or not. He just looks over his shoulder. Before the ball went to Trent, he had a look over his shoulders to say, I'll play this first time. And that's the difference, Don. We speak up. That's the difference in levels of football. Trent's thinking about, if this ball comes into me, I'm going to do this, rather than what can I do when the ball's been controlled.
The best footballers are chess players, aren't they?
Yeah.
2 or 3 ahead.
That's what Trent was there. And you always talk about passing on the time.
Yeah, correct.
But once that ball's been pinged out from Van Dijk, wingers, probably Mo Salah in that scenario, would probably take the full-back on. Harvey Elliott takes one touch, takes a second one, looks up, fires it in, way to pass good. Trent's vision in the middle of the park. That's why people say he can play midfield, because he probably could, because he's that good. Little clip around the corner, and the easiest thing of the whole move was probably the finish.
It was.
He's 18, Harvey Elliott. He's going to be a regular in the first team squad. We can say that this season, I think.
Well, I think he might be a lot closer, Mark, because I think Shaqiri's now moved on. So this is a development of what Harvey Elliott's done. He's had a year away on loan where he's strengthened those leg muscles up, and he's got a lot of games behind him. Now he's at Anfield. He's not just part of the squad where he's a young kid and a name on the bench. You know, that's why Shaqiri's moved on. So he's one step closer to the first team, which will give him then more confidence. This could have been an assist, apart from a VAR call, which was correct. So as home debuts goes, you know, you can see the frame of him. I think he's muscled up a little bit as well. So he's thick set.
And you can see that the players in and around him, which is a big thing for a young player going into the first team. Once you're accepted, then you start to relax and play your natural game. And all those first teamers, you can see there, Mo Salah having a chat. It's like it's his mate, and it's brilliant to be accepted by the first team.
There was a lovely little story that I heard about Mo Salah and Harvey Elliott, and they were both having breakfast at Melwood And as you know, Mo Salah is cut, isn't he? I mean,
No fat.
No fat whatsoever, incredible shape. And he was having breakfast and he had a bit of fruit and a slice of toast. And Mo Salah went to Harvey Elliott, how many slices of toast you had? And he went, 1. He went, that's you for the day. No more toast for you today.
1 bit of toast a day.
1 bit of toast. No more for you.
And that's it.
Stick to the fruit. All those little nuggets that he'll pick up.
You don't eat bread at all, do you?
I don't, but it's made no difference. Look at the size of that.
It's the hobnobs.
It's made no difference. Look at the size of that.
You're just gluing hobnobs.
Exactly.
Chris wanted to ask you a question.
No, it was just on Saturday. I mean, there was.
What's your name again?
Ben Mee, yeah. There was a lot of talk on Saturday after the game, and the guys will know more about this than me, because I was asked a question about, did Burnley go above and beyond what was expected?
Yes, because there was a bit of
physicality and
rugby tackling sort of thing that Klopp said.
it was sort of Mike Dean, the most experienced referees out there, let the game flow, blew the whistle when there was fouls. But I'm just wondering why there would be so much chat afterwards. Is it mind games?
No, I don't think it's mind games. I think it's probably players and probably managers probably getting used to where we were 18 months ago, a couple of years ago, where every little thing was a foul. So players were protected, and that's a good thing from the days that we played in. There's brutal tackles everywhere. So the players, thank goodness, have been protected over the last decade or so. But now we've sort of gone a little bit the other way, which I like, and managers will like, and players will absolutely love. And I'm pretty sure the fans will love it, because the game will get quicker. There'll be no more diving on the floor. And I didn't see any tackles in that game that worried me. No. I thought Burnley were just competitive, and you have to be against Liverpool.
I think you have to find a way that suits your team of players. Burnley can't and Burnley won't pass teams off the park with great football from out from the back. They won't do that, and they know that. That's why they're so good. They know that, so they get it forward. They make it difficult. They're physical. That's the only way they can stay in this Premier League, and they do it well. Play to your strengths. Sean Dyche always told me. Play to your strengths, Dion.
Yeah. And also in front of Anfield, where it was great to see the fans back as well. I think the fans want that sort of game, don't they? I know the managers occasionally might have a bit of a moan, but they don't want the game stopping all the time with every tiny bit of contact being a free kick.
Absolutely. I mean, the Premier League is compelling, it's competitive, and people like a challenge. Like you say, in your day, it was probably a little bit too far. But
it was all right.
But now, contact is a normal part of football, and when you see a tackle, it can be as good as a goal sometimes, but it's just judging what is fair and what is a foul, and just letting the game flow.
Is that easier for the refs now, Chris, to have a little bit more leeway, or is it tougher for them?
It's a bit of a balance, really, because you want to just stand back and conduct the orchestra. Somebody once said to me, just stand back, let the players play. They're the people pay good money to watch and enjoy what they do. But don't run ahead of yourself, and don't let too much go, because if you give Don an inch, he's
just way of flying or whatever and can outplay them, or at least not for us. We always had to be ready for a proper fight, what we were today, in a really difficult game.
I think the feel of the performance from our point of view was good, particularly first half, the first 10 minutes of the second half as well. And they had a spell, and that you've got to work through that spell. Unfortunately, we didn't, gave away a soft second, and then it's tough from there, but we kept going right the way through.